Hello friends, I welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, my name is Ellaine. I've been gone for quite some time. I am a nurse, and today I want to talk about money, and money is something that we don't talk about often, and this is why I built a platform to talk about this because it's so important. Today I want to share with you my streams of income or side hustles that I have done throughout the years, and I've been doing in the last year that I've been away from YouTube. That way I can increase my income, and I'm going to share everything with you today. So let's get into it. First of all, I used to think that the only way that I can be rich or that I can have money is by working hard. And this showed up a lot when I was a new grad nurse. I was working overtime shifts, one shift after the other, and then now that I am where I am at now, I realize that you don't necessarily have to always trade your time for money. And so I have created passive incomes throughout the years, and this is the main reason why I talk about this, is because you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. I know that that's such a cliche thing to say, but diversifying your income is as important as diversifying your investments. If one thing ended up being taken away from you, like for example, you losing your job, you don't want to be left with nothing. And so I always advocate for nurses to always find different streams of income and different ways to make money, not just their full-time job. So let's get into it. So the number one stream of income that I have, which is majority of how much I make right now as a nurse, is my nursing job or my nurse practitioner job. If you have been following me for the past years, you have seen me kind of like transition from being a nurse to a nurse practitioner, and even working in different specialties. I would say that at least 50% of my income comes from that. And for salary transparency, I want to share that I make about this much bi-weekly. This is gross, by the way, not deducting taxes or like my retirement, but this is gross income for my full-time nurse practitioner job. Now keep in mind that I work 4 days a week, and some days could be bad, some days could be good. Like right now, I actually got home a little later because it's so busy in the clinic. I have like really sick patients, and because I am salary, like it doesn't matter what time I go home, as long as I see all the patients that I have to see in the clinic. But on average, I work 4 days a week, and sometimes it's 8 to 5, sometimes it's 8 to 6, depending on how busy the clinic is. And I'm always kind of like there to support my attending physicians. I love the job that I have right now. And if you are a nurse practitioner, I want you to know that you'll find a specialty that you love, okay? Like primary care, it may not be for you, like how it wasn't for me. So keep looking. You'll find the NP job that you're gonna love. And this is where I feel very comfortable now, and I feel like this is gonna be kind of like my retirement specialty. Well, but never say never. Number two. So number two, I would say, is our rental property. My husband and I, we own a house, which is our old house, and right now we do a long-term rental. Now I want to tell you the pros and cons with this one. And one of the pros of it is that we're building equity with our real estate property, and we're getting some cash flow from this property. But at the same time, real estate investing it really is an active type of investment. Like a lot of people probably are going to be encouraging you to buy real estate, get a property manager, and you could definitely do that, but we don't have a property manager right now. So if something breaks in the house, we have to fix it. Actually, not me, my husband does. So recently, like, we just had new tenants move in because our last one just moved out. And that's another thing with real estate, especially with long-term rentals, is really being able to screen for good tenants. We have had great tenants like throughout the years that we've had this rental property, and we've also had like one bad one. And bad meaning that we had to evict this tenant. And I did not know about it, but you know, even that eviction is a process. And what is going on? Even the eviction process is, you know, like costly. You have to get the sheriffs involved. It's a lot of headache. And I'm so glad that my husband is actually willing to like deal with that. And he's actually the one who is being contacted by our tenants if something breaks in the house, if they need something from the house. And yeah, that's kind of like his like side thing. One of my plans for this year is to buy another, actually not this year, but at least in the next year or so, is to buy another rental property that is more of a vacation house that we can do for short-term rentals. So yeah, so hoping I can save up for that. Like there's a lot of like expenses in the last months that, you know, I don't know if we're gonna be able to, but you know, that's definitely in the books, like as far as like rental property. So that's number 2 stream of income. We get about 2,600 from our rental property right now, but of course a portion of that goes to like things that needs to be fixed, or you know, like we also pay our friend who's the real estate agent who helps us with the screening for tenants whenever we have to, you know, get a new tenant. Number 3 is my side hustle. If you know me, and now that we know each other, you know that I'm big on side hustles. Like I have been hustling in the last years. And you know, this is not to say that everybody needs to side hustle. Not everybody has to hustle. This is just something that I enjoy to do on the side, because the things that I do for my side hustle are actually things that I enjoy doing in the first place. So what my side hustle is that I do content creation on the side, and I actually have made a lot of money, like in a sense that I never thought I could make this much money, you know, from doing this as a side hustle. And I have been doing this since October. So what my side hustle is it's an online platform for education, financial education for nurses. So I have this blog right here, and I am working on getting it monetized. I used to get it monetized before with AdSense, but I wasn't really making money off of it. And I was like, you know what? I want my readers to have a good blogging, a good reading experience, that the ads are not even worth it. Like I was getting maybe like $1 a month. So I took that out, and now hopefully like I am joining an ad company called Mediavine to get my blog monetized. So that's that. And I also sell digital products. And I am going to be very transparent again, because I love paid transparency. Over the last 8-9 months, I've made about $80,000 from my side hustle. Just on digital products alone, which are courses, ebooks on investing and financial education. So if you have an idea, if you have something that you're passionate talking about, it could be monetized. So think of that as a side hustle. By the way, I have a passive income guide for you to download. It's totally free. It's going to be in the description down below, so make sure you download that. I share with you like different ways that I make passive income as a nurse. Going back to the topic of side hustles, with this side hustle, I make about $5,000 to $15,000 a month, but it depends really on how much work I put in for my launches, for my webinars and all that stuff. Like I'm gonna be very real with you. My last launch, I didn't even really make 5 figures, but I am very proud of myself, and I'm, you know, content with what I have and what I made. But you know, it fluctuates significantly every month. My goal eventually is to make about $20,000 to $50,000 a month from my side hustle. And you know, because I'm woo-woo like that, I believe I can do it. Next thing is podcast hosting. So if you don't know, I also started a podcast earlier this year called Scrubs and Stocks Podcast, and I'm also a podcast host for nurse.org. With nurse.org, I actually get paid an honorarium to do a podcast episode with them. I'm not really going to disclose how much I make, but that is like one other source of income that I have. So it depends really on when you make the podcast, if it's going to be chosen to be aired. So far, I have done 2 podcasts for nurse.org in the last few months. Number 4 is blind panel discussions. And I know that this is something that is like unheard of. If you're a nurse practitioner, if you're an expert in a specific field, this is really great. It's something that I just do on the side, and I make $300 per hour doing this. But of course, there's not a lot of opportunity to do this. It's just in my specialty, I do get this quite a lot, and I've made over $1,500 from blind panel discussions doing this. And the way to do this is by networking. A lot of people have asked me, how do you get into this blind panel discussions, Ellaine? I use two methods to do blind panel discussions. One of them is through LinkedIn, like there would be job postings about it. And then the second one would be networking, like finding other people who does this and then connecting with them. And also looking into your like local organizations and like seeing if there's any opportunities for this. How many is that? I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that 5? I don't even know. 6th one is stock investment. So I do invest in dividend stocks, and if you don't know what a dividend is money that is given to you by investing in a company. So the company, whenever they make money, they get revenue, they share the profits to their investors. So if you invest in dividend stocks, you also get a portion of that revenue if that company makes money. I have been investing in the stock market in the last 5-6 years, and through aggressively investing a portion of my income, I'm able to actually make passive income on the side. If you want to learn about investing, you're very interested in it, make sure that you check my link down below. I do have a lot of resources for you in my blog and how to get started. And then lastly is high yield savings account. And I know that a lot of people has been pushing, you know, like a lot of influencers or like finance creators have been pushing their audience to use a high yield savings account. And I totally agree with that. High yield savings account is just like any other savings account, but provides higher interest than a traditional savings account. So throughout the years that I've been a nurse, I've kept my money in Wells Fargo and Chase, and I never heard of a high yield savings account. And right now offers around 4 to 5% of interest. And if you're gonna be keeping your emergency fund in there anyways, or like your savings, might as well put it in this specific type of account. I get about $150 a month from one of my high yield savings account just for my emergency savings. And of course, like if you don't know, this is like taxable income, so make sure that you also file this when you file your taxes at the end of the year. And I know a lot of people are probably like, you know, more money, more problems, and that's like a yes and no. I totally agree that the more money you make, the more taxes you pay, but you still get more money at the end of the day. So for me, now that I have been working on my money mindset and like really cultivating an abundance mindset, I don't really think of taxes in like as something that would hinder me from making more money. I think that more money equals more opportunities, and this is why I'm actually having all these streams of income. Is that way I can make more opportunities for myself and for my family and for building wealth. So yeah, so those are my ways of making money, and as much as possible, I advocate for you to try to create as much passive income as you can. So passive income is money that you make without you actually having to work for it. And really my main goal in life is to just make a lot of passive income in order for me to just be able to enjoy, you know, living and like doing things because just for fun. That's the ultimate goal, and have more time freedom. But yeah, so those are my streams of income and some of my side hustles. If you want me to make more videos about or break down more of my side hustles, then leave a comment down below. Leave a comment if this is actually helpful for you. I hope that you find ways right now to really diversify your income stream. That way you can have a lot of opportunities and more money to invest, because really you have to be making your money work for you. So yeah, so as a nurse, this is doable for me right now because of my schedule and because of like support from my husband, and because I really do find time to do this on the side. And yeah, so hopefully that's helpful. I will see you guys in the next episode, and yeah, stay hydrated, stay invested. Yeah, bye.
Mateo, say cheese.
Say hi.
Hi.
Hi. Cheese.
Mateo, look, say cheese. Everybody get in here. Cheese.
Mateo, no.